What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you today from my home gym, the Rack in Robertsdale, Alabama. Sitting in this little outside area where, you know, we've got set up for doing sleds and walking lunges and tire flips and all that kind of good stuff. Coming at you today to talk about food substitutions. And this can work in both directions, like both leading from coming off of a cut and into a reverse diet, or coming from a bulk into a cut. So food substitutions are easy ways to continue to eat when you're cutting down. It's continuing to eat the same food volume or similar while cutting the calories. And then in the reverse, it's eating a lower food volume while increasing the calories so that you can digest all the food, you know, trying to go into a maintenance or back into a bulk, what have you. So sometimes people don't pay attention, but there's really simple substitutions. Let me give you, for example, on some of your carbohydrates. 1 cup of minute rice is 200 calories. It's about 5 ounces weighed out after you cook it, 50 grams dry weight. That's 200 calories. Or you can have 9 ounces of baked potato. Or you could have 30 ounces of cauliflower. Or say like 26 ounces of broccoli. So as you can imagine, if you were eating that 5 ounces of rice and then you turned it to potato, you'd go from 200 calories down to, you know, 115, 120. And then you convert it over to cauliflower and you're talking about going from 200 calories down to 35. Still eating the same volume of food so that, you know, it helps with satiety, it helps with your stomach not being empty, but yet the calories drastically being cut. Same thing with proteins. So some of these ground beefs will have 160 to 200 calories per 4 ounces. You know, then you can cut down to like 96.4, which is like 140 calories for 4 ounces. Then you can look at, you know, pork tenderloin, chicken thighs. All these are about 140 calories per 4 ounces. Then you can cut from there and go to chicken breast at 120 calories for 4 ounces. Then you could cut down to, you know, some of your whitefish and your whitefish, shrimp, and like turkey tenderloins that are like 99% fat-free. These items are like, you know, 90 to 100 calories per 4 ounces. So you're able to eat a little bit more food volume and have less calories. So simple substitutions can allow you to continue to eat a similar volume while, you know, consuming less calories by just making substitutions with your proteins, by making substitutions with your carbs. So, you know, to the reverse, when you're talking about, you know, bulking and wanting to add calories, you can simply, you know, you can do this in the reverse. You can start by, you know, removing some of the vegetables and adding in starchy carbs such as potatoes, and then later on making that become rice so that you can, you know, eat even less. Rice tends to digest very fast as well. You can also add fats to your food. Avocado, healthy fats of course. You can add avocado. You can sprinkle olive oil onto your food, you know, or you can, you know, decide to cook with olive oil rather than using maybe 0-calorie cooking spray. These are easy ways to just add in some fat. Throw some peanut butter, almond butter, what have you, into one of your shakes. Easy way to add like some healthy fats and to, you know, raise the calories without adding much volume when you're trying to bulk up. So, you know, what I always have tended to do is that I always eat 6 to 10 times a day, whether I'm cutting or whether I'm bulking. It's just what that's comprised of, you know, which food substitutions I'm working on, and then, you know, how much volume. You know, that volume, of course, as I get into a bulk, you know, some of that volume will increase as well. You can't do it all through food substitutions, but the food substitutions do make a big difference. You know, when I started this cut that I've been on for the last 8 or 9 weeks, you know, for this contest prep, I was making these burritos that I eat all the time. And they were comprised of, you know, chicken thighs, baked potato, or they were comprised of chicken thighs, rice, onions, and then, you know, made with a tortilla and cheese and beans and everything like that. So first, you know, I removed the cheese. That was easy, just a very small removal of there, removed quite a few calories. Then I substituted the chicken thighs for the turkey, dropping the calories again. Then I eventually took the rice and substituted it for potato and was able to keep the food volume about the same. Then eventually I changed the potato for like cauliflower or broccoli. Keep the food volume the same, still removing calories. Eventually I made deconstructed burritos and removed the tortillas as well. But I was able to like kind of keep the same meal and the same volume and able to eat the same number of times a day. My body was used to expecting food at these times and receiving something. So I'm constantly digesting something and pushing it through my body, and it's constantly having some food source in order to feed the muscles and in order to keep me somewhat satiated. I'm not gonna say I'm full by any stretch of the means, but there's always something on my stomach, and for me, that helps with some of my ghrelin signaling, ghrelin being the hunger hormone. Anyway, you can do some of this with your breakfast foods as well. So you start by eating whole eggs, and then you start substituting in, taking out some of the whole eggs and putting in egg whites instead. You know, you can start by, you know, eating toast and then, you know, removing the toast and putting in some sort of vegetable, you know, just to keep the food volume the same. In the reverse, when you're, you know, going back into a bulk, you know, you can start removing some of the egg whites and put whole eggs. You can start, you know, removing some of the veggies and put potatoes, and then eventually removing the potatoes and eat rice. Easy ways. You know, then all of a sudden you can take your breakfast and make breakfast burritos, add in some tortillas, you know, or add in some toast as well. Other ways to like reverse diet to, you know, add the calories in and continue to keep a similar food volume so that your stomach's able to digest these, you know, larger amounts of calories. So anyway, if you like the video, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you won't miss any future video. And listen, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask me. As long as I'm able to answer all the questions, I will. And just remember, you can't outbeast the monster. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.